Hey, and welcome to another ladder game. And today it's a PvT, and one I thought went pretty well. Pretty well. Yeah, spawning in the top left, we have me, your silver surf. No, not something gay. Okay, just the Bronze League Bonjour that hit Silver League, I guess. And in the bottom right, we have Brutalisk, which was a damn cool campaign-only unit for the Zerg, who is Terran. And also, some of you might be asking, why am I Protoss? Um, aren't you a Zerg player? Well, yeah, I was in Brood War, and to an extent still am. Whenever I play a good Brood War, it's always Zerg. I did start off, to be fair, in my Brood War days as a Protoss, but I never liked them back then. Nowadays I don't like the connotations that come with being a Zerg player, or basically how the race plays. It's a huge disappointment to me, and they're not as interesting as they were, so yeah, that's my point for Protoss. Plus, the warp gate mechanic is very interesting in here, and can be used in a lot of ways. I've come to accept the Colossus as part of the race, and it's going to have to be used. I was trying to play Colossus Lee, mainly because I see them as kind of a stopgap unit. You get them out and then they will die. Okay, so we're now on Aquilon Wastes, which is a new map, and by new I mean it's a recycled map from the HOTS beta, which is why I'm bringing it up. This is it's quite a nice map. Obviously we're not going to start seeing... See, it's a bit weird. This is an early map for HOTS, so it's going to be a distorted way of the gameplay. So it's weird that they brought it in, but interesting all the same. Now, let's see. I currently have a small supply lead, but I am, for the most part, supply blocked. Another problem here in my play, see, I just throw down Nexus. I'm going to go Gateway Expand, or the Expandiwar, I believe it's known. Yeah. The Gateway Expand is kind of like a thing that's more PvZ, but I felt it was a solid build that I could fall back on. See, I knew that this guy wasn't going to be much of trouble, and that if he did try to all-in me, I would have sufficient knowledge, because I was going to throw down my robotics and chrono out an observer, and I'd see. This guy was pretty lax, like with his, well, killing of observers, as you'll see in this game. I believe I should got an achievement, like, I don't know. They should get an achievement for holding, like, a hero observer that spots... Oops, sorry, leaned on the mouse. I should be keeping a full control of that. Yeah, what was I saying? There should be one, like a hero observer achievement, where if they've sat in the opponent's base for a certain amount of time, or in the proximity of the opponent's buildings, you get an achievement, and that would ideally be called Legend, after Startail Legend, the, well, somewhat legendary GSL observer for the English stream. Or I think Adabisi would be pretty cool, or if it just changed the observer's name. Like, as you see, I'll show you. Here you go, the rank. If we had, like, Legend as a rank for observers, that would be cool. Blizzard, stick that in. Please. I beseech you. Yep, so here it is, pretty standard. I was holding this area so that they wouldn't get through. That should be, I believe, like 2 zealots on that position would actually be Ling type. It's not really going to matter, but just in case they're doing some funky thing like going mech. This guy, you can tell he's not... I faced better people that... Faced better PvT players, or TVP, in Bronze, because this guy is going for Siege Tech and Siege Tanks in a TVP, PvT, whatever way around you want to think of it. And you're like, okay, but they're good ranged units, they outrange pretty much everything. and we're all around a solid unit. You would use them in TVT, you would use them in TVZ. Why not in Protoss? Well, the reason for that is they're notoriously bad against Immortals. And I saw this, I thought he might be going like sort of high tank, so the plan originally was just to go Mass Immortal and move out of a whole bunch of those. But then I thought I don't want to be the guy that all-ins every game. Despite how effective it would have been in this situation. His army is nothing. His expansion is late. Like if you're going to go for an expansion with this little units, you need to have done it sooner rather than later at 7 minutes. At 7 minutes I have this expansion up, and I believe I start looking to take down these rocks to take this expansion. And I do have that a bit late. I think that's up by about 14 minutes in game time. But yeah, the other thing that you wouldn't use a siege tank against Protoss is charge lots. You might think that's a melee unit. It's not ranged. The tanks can take this down easily. No, in a lot of cases, if they get vision, you've seen how they zoom fast and chop up, and then at that point, it's near enough impossible to take your tanks out of siege mode. Also, with the stagger formation, you'll be taking hits on this tank when the splashes on zealots, meaning that'll be easy to take down. They'll just move on. Another thing is that Marauders, you need Marine and Marauder. He seems to go for an over-reliance on pure Marauder. Now, he's still producing siege tanks, and this is his main problem. What he would really need to do is float this off, use it to scout, switch this over, maybe. I would no, because that doesn't really do much, but he's got the reactor there. He should be pumping out lots of medevacs. And again, I'm going for the charge upgrade and the robotics bay. I am floating quite a few minerals, and that's because of a sort of a brain part early on when I wasn't sure what tech path to go down. I kind of like my pylon placement. This isn't going to be artosist by one of them going down. Ideally these two should hold this whole bit, and this will hold definitely that. And here we've got there. Now my base management is going to look very messy soon. There we are, see? By 10 minutes it's going down. And I should really learn the in-game build times, but this should be finished up by around 13 minutes, 13, 14. And I'll start transferring probes over to there. I had a bit of a dilemma late game, and I'll get to that when I come to it. But again, here I am sitting at 75 supply next to his 62, and he's supply blocked. You shouldn't be supply blocked at this point. I'm sorry, but that's not something I'm going to accept. Okay, there we are, he's got himself out of supply block. But you did have 2 orbitals, and you clearly had enough to drop down. This is the thing. Players seem more focused on getting those mules down. I played 2v2 the other day, and I got ranked gold in it. Yay for me, promotions all around. But what I'm going to say, there's the... be wary, you've got other stuff to use your energy on. Sure, getting mined out at a base is going to be good, but you don't need to mine this base out. You're probably going to need this later on when things get hectic. You want to be mining from the 3rd and the 4th and mining those out quickly. Okay, and he's still 9 supply behind me, and that's going to skyrocket, I think, in my... because I'm starting to get the Colossi out. I do believe I start double production on Colossi soon. Got the extended thermal lance out. I do make a mistake. It's muscle memory more than me wanting to warp stalkers in, and that's from all my time 4 gating. So if you see more stalkers being made, then yeah, that'll be why. So yeah, hero sentry, just poking around, observe everyone. You know, I checked with this if he had. Here we go. We'll look at my view. No, we don't want to look over there. I hate it when it does that. Like, you shouldn't snap straight to there. Okay, so this has given me the idea. I stayed out of missile range, and that's observer control right there. So I knew he had taken this base. I knew he hadn't taken his 3rd yet.
Research complete.
But I knew it can't have been far off. And as you see,
construct additional pylons.
I have skyrocketed above him. Both probably probes because fully saturated on 2. and working to fully saturate my third. Wall of pylons because, hey, I don't want to run by, and it's going to give me a bit more knowledge, or so I thought. Now I should have been wary because, yeah, other stuff can happen. Here we are. At this moment I was complacent to just sit back and build a lot of Colossi. I like Colossi. Well, I don't. I think they're a terrible unit and I actually despise them being in the game, but I know I have to use them if I want to win. How I learned to stop caring. Yep, building more gates. Now that's probably a bit late because I could have been using that to spend these minerals. It's a terrible amount to be on. Just think how much more ahead of him I would be had I been able to spend these minerals quicker. It doesn't help that I go for High Templar soon. Yeah! Templar Archives. 3 more gates. I could probably go up to 11 gates on free base and still maintain Colossi production. But hey. And you're going to get yourself supply blocked here, Tom, because I thought this was a huge amount of pylons and that would have done me for a while, but no. And we've got 2 drops. He's going some multi-pronged aggression here. Dun, 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 dun. 3 Marauders, 2 Marines. And in here, 2 Marauders, 4 Marines. This is going to do a lot more damage than this should have done. And I'm sorry. I should have done a lot better defending this. I panicked, sent my whole army. I should have split up. Just warped in. Like here, walked in a couple of stalkers and handled this aggression. But as you see, not too great so far. I do like that he doesn't take the chance to take out this expansion. And really, my main is getting mined out, so it's just going to be a case of switching over. I see he's dropping both places at once. It only warns you when one is being attacked. So while I'm over here cleaning this up, thinking I'm doing a good job of it, I'm losing all of my growth over here. And then I need to get my army over there, so it's a wide sweep. And look, yeah, I should have had them on a hotkey, my army. I can make no excuses for that. That was terrible. And because of my bad base placement here, trying to go up to some extra gates. Well, you get the point. It's not ideal. And he did too much damage. I could have pulled my probes and killed off that. So yeah, he forced my hand. We're kind of more equalised, but I believe the army supply is heavily in my favour. Yeah. Is there one that just brings up pure army supply? No. Control and A. Alright, let's go back to this a minute and we'll bring up... Okay, so yeah, as you see, I have 10 units more than him, or 10 supply more than him, which you wouldn't think is too much, but look what that supplies in. That supplies in Colossi, and all power to him, he's finally worked out he needs to get something to fight the Colossi. And 6 Vikings, that's nice, and he's going to continue double pumping them out. Really, I would have stuck down an extra starport. How's his upgrades doing? Right, so you've got the armory, but you're not upgrading. Oh, you're nearly free. That's nice. It's very nice, actually. Well played. I think I'm on 2-2. Yeah, I could have afforded to go up to that, but as again, before I moved out, I started researching Storm, walked in a whole lot of High Templar, so that when the revolution came, I was ready for it. I was fully expecting 6 Colossi to die to, possibly, yeah, 8 Vikings. I was expecting it. My control isn't great with those. My Stalkers there, Zealots out in the front taking some damage. Now what I forgot here was that I had my High Templar and I should have been sniping these. Pulled back rather nicely. There we are. And they flew right over my Archon, so with the splash damage, that's going to clear those right up. Absolutely no problem. He's in panic mode. 12 supply down to me, but I'm warping in, sorry, charging to the front door. And this is further proof that this is bad. It's a bad composition. You do not go for this ever against Protoss. If these had been 3-3 zealots, that would have been even harder, because 3-3 zealots just not die to anything. And here we've still got one full life Colossus cleaving away, and he GG's out of it. So I'd like to talk about something that I kind of touched upon in my previous video, and yeah, I'm going for platinum of diamond. And you might say, but Tom, you're the world's most average gamer. You want to be average at this game. Isn't diamond maybe too high to be aiming for that? And well, maybe I'll be more than average in this case. Maybe that's what I want. What's the saying? Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll fall among the stars. I believe that's the saying. So, hey, let's see how it goes. And yeah, I hope to be gold by the end of this season. I feel that's a realistic goal. And, well, see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye. No song this time, also. You'll be glad.